Hello class, and today I'll be talking about the decriminalization of cannabis. I know what all of you are probably thinking about. Oh great, we got another stoner up here trying to convince us that marijuana is God's gift to the earth. But that is not the case. I actually don't smoke pot, but I can't deny that I haven't tried it in the past. I've learned through personal experiences that cannabis isn't as bad as everyone says it is. And today I'm going to educate you all on why cannabis should be decriminalized in the United States. The two most common vices in America are alcohol and tobacco. Alcohol leads to about 88,000 deaths per year, and it shortens the lives of those who die on an average of 30 years. Excessive drinking is responsible for about 1 in 10 deaths each year among adults from the ages of 20 to 64. Tobacco leads to nearly 480,000 deaths per year, and it shortens the lives of those who died by 10 years. And excessive use of the tobacco is responsible for about 1 in every 5 deaths in America. Now, on the other hand, marijuana leads to 0 reported deaths per year, and excessive use of marijuana can't kill you, but it can lead to incredible and absolute laziness. So I ask you, why does our government make marijuana illegal when in reality it's so much less harmful than tobacco and alcohol? People don't get violent when they're under the influence of cannabis, but they do stay at home with friends and stay peacefully and play video games and eat junk food. The first reason why decriminalizing marijuana is good. Decriminalizing marijuana frees up police resources to deal with more serious crimes. Each year, about 60,000 individuals are put behind bars because of marijuana-related offenses, and that costs those taxpayers about $1.2 billion each year. Those same taxpayers annually spend nearly about $7.5 to $10 billion in just arresting and prosecuting individuals for marijuana use. And about 90% of those arrests are just for the possession of cannabis only. The state of California saved about $1 billion in a 9-year period just by decriminalizing marijuana. Police arrest more Americans per year on marijuana-related charges than they do than the total number of arrests for all violent crimes, including murder, rape, aggravated assault, and robbery. Number 2, far more harm is caused by the criminal prohibition of marijuana than by the use of marijuana itself. According to the federally commissioned report by the National Academy of Sciences, and I quote, "Except the harms associated with smoking, the adverse effects of marijuana use are within the range tolerated for other medications." The NAS also found that there is no conclusive evidence that the effects of marijuana are easily linked to the subsequent abuse of other illicit drugs. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, about 35% of all adults in the United States admit to having tried marijuana. Federal law states that possessing a single marijuana cigarette or less is punishable by at least 1 year in prison and up to about $10,000 in a fine. Those are the same penalties of small amounts of heroin, cocaine, and crack. In some states, offenders may receive a maximum sentence of life in prison. Number 3, decriminalization does not lead to greater marijuana use. Government studies conclude that marijuana decriminalization has had virtually no effect on other marijuana use or beliefs and related attitudes about pot among the states that have already decriminalized it. People who live under the decriminalized law consume less than those who in the regions where marijuana remains illegal. States that have maintained a strict criminal penalty for possession have experienced a larger proportionate increase in use. Number 4, criminal laws prohibiting marijuana possession do not defer marijuana use. Just like alcohol in the 1920s, marijuana use remains constant despite a high level of enforcement. The California police officer studies conclude the reduction in penalties for possession of marijuana for personal use does not appear to be a factor in people's decisions to use or not use the drug. In conclusion, as a nation, we spend too much money on trying to stop something that isn't all that bad. Alcohol and tobacco are illegal substances, but yet they kill more and more people every year. Marijuana has never been the cause of death, and yet people are serving life in prison just for the possession of it. Those are the reasons why marijuana should be decriminalized. Thank you.